Hi guys, I'm Martikor, and in this episode, Amania will become a teenager. That's why I'm very curious. But I also have other news. Rain is married to Rodney Jung. Should I say Jung? I think so, because I think this is kind of like a Germanic name. I will actually check. Oh wait, it can also be a Korean name, right? He is a total mix of all things because he has an African face template, a template that is actually called African in the game. It's not something I just made up based on features. He has a last name that can be either German or Korean, and he was wearing kind of like an Inuit kind of outfit that I changed for him. I don't usually change townies that much, but, well, Basket Island is a very warm climate with no winter, so it didn't really make that much sense. Like, he would melt in these clothes. He was wearing like a turtleneck with a furry vest. So, like, that's too warm, man. That's too much. So he's still wearing all black, but it's just a buttoned shirt and some jeans. Okay, some YouTube videos said that it's actually Young, the pronunciation is. But I already see that for the Korean, from the phonetic symbols, that it's probably like Jung. I am not that good at reading phonetic, but I think this is the thing. Because the last name of the lady from Get Famous in The Sims 4, Vanessa, is also Korean, and it's very similar. I think it's like another version of this last name. But I see that this spelling is not really like the original spelling of this name. It actually appears in many different versions. So I would assume that it's probably German. And in German, it would actually be pronounced Jung, I'm pretty sure. So that was a long intro talking about some stupid stuff. Okay, sorry for that. I am just always very curious about pronunciations and like origins of names and a lot of that stuff. Morris, is it necessary for you to cook? Of course not. But at least he got a point. And he won't even eat it. It's the same thing that they are eating. There were leftovers of the same thing, Morris. Rain still is a little bit behind, but at least she got promoted and she got married, so, like, she has some progress done. Amania, it's school time, the bus is leaving. I guess you will have to swim to school because we already said that it's on another island. Didn't one of the girls get a body point at school? Maybe that's from the swimming. I also have some thoughts on Vancy, except that she has acne. That's fine. She is definitely of black African descent, because the Bachman family is supposed to be that. Like, I bred them this way. I know that sounds really awful, but I didn't want the genes to be whitewashed at some point. So I made certain decisions for that family. And I'm glad because Laurel is freaking beautiful. So Vancy got almost all of her face from Morris, but she has the dark skin from her mom, which creates this mix that kind of looks Indian to me. I feel like if Maxis made a sim looking this way, they would definitely give them an Indian name. If it was like a normal pre-made sim living in a town somewhere, like the Ramaswamy family, like the Patel family, you know? So it's interesting how it all mixed and she kind of looks like she's of different descent, which actually happens in the real life. Like, sometimes someone has to explain their ancestry to you because you can't really tell, or you can confuse it with something else based on looks. Also, there's a whole issue with people who are of black descent but their skin is really light because they are mixed race and everything, and it's like a whole issue of them not feeling like they belong anywhere and stuff like that. So it's all of it. It's a huge thing. I once met a girl, I think she was in my studies actually, but like the year of the year of students, like the whole year was so huge that you could like barely even meet the people. It was like 400 people. So her last name sounded very foreign, and we were actually in PE together, and I heard her explaining her ancestry, and most of it was Greek. She was definitely Polish, but she just had like a Greek last name, and she had very black hair, kind of a darker skin, and she just looked very different, and someone just asked her. Especially that her last name also said that. So I guess what I'm saying is that Vancy looks more brown than black. But she's definitely black, like mixed, but still. Also in this topic, I once retweeted something about a girl who was black but albino. And she said in that tweet that she finally came to accept that she is albino, being black. Like, that has to be something else. Because you have a lot of black features, but they are all just, like, light in color. Which, like, she said that she experienced a lot of bullying and also, like, feeling that she doesn't belong. And, you know, black people would also say awful things to her because she didn't look like she was black, you know? It's, wow, like, there are so many things. Like, I also have a video titled I'm a Jewish Gypsy because when I was making a lot of videos about Poland, I would get some comments saying that I don't look Polish, which is ridiculous. I mean, the Greek girl of Greek descent that I met, she kinda didn't look Polish. I could easily say that, but I definitely look Polish. Like, I'm so basic. I know that my nose can kinda say Jewish because it's big and like whatever, but it's not really that much of a thing with the Jewish nose because genetics are very complex, so it doesn't have to pass on every single Jewish person. Amania? Are you gonna be okay? That happens a lot with objects that were put at the 45 degrees angle, that Sims kind of ignore them sometimes. They can use them, but they ignore them. I've been doing this thing here that I only make them do homework when they want to do homework or are afraid to have a bad grade or want to have the best grade. So if they don't have any wants or fears connected to that, I just ignore the homework and see where it goes. Of course, when we're at the point where Amania would be taken away, obviously I would make her do homework, but so far she doesn't really want to. I know that this is like a chore that she should do technically, but I do that because I've been doing that very recently because, well, in The Sims 2, when you do homework every day, you will just get the highest grade. And I have a mod for the school grading system that it's a little bit more random, so you don't always get the highest grade, or it doesn't always drop when you don't do homework and stuff like that. But still, I feel like this is not enough. I also used to have partial homework credit, but that wasn't really working for me because not often do my Sims actually do half of their homework or whatever. I usually teach them to study, like help them with homework, so later on they do it faster. So it happens so fast that I can't even like remember to cancel the action for them so that they only do like 60% of it or something. And also the grades would change a lot. So like one day it's a C student, the next day it's B+, the next day it's A+, then the next day it's B+ again, and it would just be all over the place all the time. I also had the harder grades mod that I don't have anymore either, that would, I definitely talked about it on this channel, that would change grades based on the skills of that sim as well, but it wasn't perfect either, so I also got rid of it, because a lot of my sims were actually having bad grades for no reason really. Like, it says harder grades and it's really living up to its name. Maybe it's good I'm talking so much. That's a little bit unlike me, really, but maybe it's good because, you know, like, Sims gameplays can become pretty repetitive at some point, especially legacies, so I can at least fill the gameplay with my babbling. Vancy wants to learn to clean. Okay then, we can do that. It's not a problem. She got curious about the art of cleaning. It's not an easy art. It's pretty scientific, really. There's a lot of chemistry involved. Anything else? Level 2, of course. Knowledge Sims. It's possible that she will get the want to do homework in the morning, because that happens a lot. Like, they forgot the other day and they are like, oh no, homework, and they try to do it fast in the morning. Or at school, if you could, if this was Sims 3. So yeah, Morris is definitely ready for that promotion, but it can happen, well, quite in a few days, especially that, okay, it's Friday now, so he's still going to work today, but then he will have the weekend off, then 2 work days again, and then the day off again. So it's possible that he actually won't even get it within the next week, especially with the 75% chance that I have modded. And also it does say that he needs friends, but I have the no friends required for careers mod, so it only shows that, but he doesn't actually need them. Oh, it works! It works! Ah, I forgot, I just now saw that. I'm so happy. So I edited the school mod that makes you pay for private school, and I changed the 100 simoleons that you would get subtracted daily to 300. And I saw that we just paid 600 for this 1 day of private school. I love this. This is in testing, let's say. If I feel like it could be even more, I will just change it again. It's super easy. Oh no! Okay, she missed the bus and now she's less happy. Oh, because today the bus actually came first and then the limo. Yesterday it was the other way around. Okay, fortunately you can just swim to school. Wow, that's a lot of homework. And she still doesn't want to do it. Okay. Amania has a D+. Amania isn't doing well at school. And somehow Vancy still has an A+ when she has such a backlog of homework. Like, this is 5 notebooks. The mod is doing its thing. Yeah, I think Amania should actually, like, take the time during the weekend to catch up on the homework, even though she will already be a teenager tonight. She will have to do homework from elementary school, but that's fine. She is just a little bit behind and she just needs to catch up. And when she's a teen, I will probably change her one true hobby because her interests will change. So we will think about a lot of things. Also aspiration, of course. Her personality is so even. She definitely looks like a knowledge sim, but Vancy is also a knowledge sim. So Vancy actually could have been a fortune sim, but I didn't want to make her a fortune sim because both their parents are fortune sims. Wait a second. Let's take some time to acknowledge that Morris just fulfilled his lifetime want. Business tycoon, and he is only 51. Okay, what's your next goal though? Oh, that makes a lot of sense. You can just stay in this career and just make plenty of money. Well, I don't really like money in this family, but once Vancy moves out, she will take some with her, and she will probably move in with Rain, with her aunt, and they will maybe even buy this bigger house here. And this will actually happen pretty soon because she is 4 days, well, actually 3 days away from being an adult. So probably in the next episode that will happen. Yeah, they can just merge their finances and get a bigger house. I know I just built the house that Rain lives in and I'm happy with it, but a bigger house could be pretty useful, and maybe if they lived in a bigger house, I would actually consider Rain reproducing, passing her perfect cheekbones on offspring. Speaking of perfect cheekbones, I also wanted to point out some just something that I found kind of interesting, I guess. Harley is a family sim. And it's not just something that I chose because, you know, I choose aspiration based on personality. And she's a total family sim out of personality. She is not super neat. She is like half and half, I guess. But she's super nice. She's quite active. She's pretty serious. And like, that's a total family sim to me. So I like this development of personalities genetically from Garland to Harley, because Garland was a romance sim Then we had James, who was a popularity sim. And then we went to Harley, who was a family sim. So it's like the aspirations and the personalities kind of softened. It's weird to go from romance to family, kind of like contrasting. Well, in the game at least, they contrast because romance sims don't want to get married or have kids or anything like that. So it shifted in just like 2 generations pretty much. I like that. And also it's not like the partners of those sims were contributing to it, because James's mom was also a romance sim, which was also interesting that James ended up being very nice, so he became a popularity sim. And also James's wife, I believe she is either popularity or fortune, I can't exactly remember. She wants to be in music, but that can be either of those aspirations. And they produced a family sim. Like, usually I get repetitive patterns, so like I kind of forced to make Vancy a knowledge sim so that I wouldn't have all the people in this family be fortune sims, because both her parents are fortune sims, and they passed their personality pretty well on her. And here it just changed a lot, and I really like that. Especially that I wasn't really checking the personality of the babies and like choosing, you know, just what happened, and that's it. I think it's good to, well, it's only an hour, but I think it's good to wait for Amania to become a teen before she does the homework, because, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like teenagers do elementary school homework faster than high school homework. That does make sense, because they can do homework for their siblings, and if the sibling is younger, still in elementary school, then it makes a lot of sense that they would do it faster because it's just easy for them. I'm thinking about the aspiration because, well, outgoingness and grouchiness also says romance a little bit, but seriousness is not good for romance, really. Being active is for both knowledge and fortune, but being serious is more for knowledge. So maybe let's just do it this way, that both parents are fortune sims, but both daughters are knowledge sims. I will get them also different secondary aspirations when they are adults, and so that their personalities kind of differ, you know? So she won't be like this very introverted, nerdy knowledge sim. She will just be like a curious person. And for now, her one true hobby is fitness, because she's very active, but I don't know, we might change that. Birthday time. Oh, that's elegant. Oh, she likes blonde hair, red hair, she doesn't like glasses. I always leave whatever the turn-ons and turn-offs are at the beginning, and here it kind of feels like she likes physical features that are very different from hers, which is something pretty common, I guess. I really don't like the fact that this sim here always gets the same skin tone. Because sometimes you just want to like match the colors to the skin tone, and it would be easier to actually see it on the sim when you're buying the clothes, not when you're already changing the sim's looks. Oh yeah, something is broken here, just ignore that. I wonder what Amania's favorite color would be. Would it be red, because her whole room is red? So I already said that it would be fun to make her have straighter hair. It can be a little bit wavy, but not afro textured, because that could happen, I guess. Even though the afro texture is probably a very dominant gene. But since Morris's red hair was a recessive passed from Alvin, then I could assume that the straightness is also very strong in it. But at the same time, I feel like it has to be thick, because if it's straight and thin, it doesn't look right. It's just like it has to be kind of puffy, because dark hair is just naturally thicker because it has a lot more pigments. Okay, this is one of my favorites. It's super straight but also looks very thick. So I guess we'll go for this one. But I will probably change it when she's an adult. The problem was that in some hair that I would choose for her, she just didn't look like a teen anymore. She just looked too old. Yeah, I think she is doing this pretty fast. Wrinkles time. Maybe Laurel should also change her hair, maybe stop with the buns already, maybe let it loose a little bit, or make it very short or something. Oh, maybe this. Yeah, I think this is quite nice. Okay, Vancy has the want to get an A+ report card, even though she already has it, and Amania doesn't really care. They are both knowledge sims. Knowledge and fortune sims usually want to do something for school because they're ambitious and they want to get a good job, they want to go to college and stuff like that. But if you play wants-based when it comes to homework with a pleasure sim, that sim will definitely fail school. A very nice breakfast together. Typical Saturday. So I guess Vancy will also do homework if she wants to maintain the highest grade that she has. Maybe she just feels like she's been lucky for too long. Wait, actually, Vancy won't be going to school anymore. Because she will become an adult on Monday morning or even tomorrow in the evening. So maybe I will play until she becomes an adult. And yeah, and that will be the ending point of this video. Okay, Laurel just burned spaghetti. That happens sometimes. For now, Vancy's lifetime want is to become space pirate, which I actually kind of like. She is interested in travel a lot, in sports too. I guess you have to be fit, in good shape to be a space pirate, right? Also weather and sci-fi and fashion. And her one true hobby is nature. It was changed by me, but still. I think that actually suits her very much. Okay, so Amania's interests changed and she is most interested in school, which would be good for education. Oh! Huh. What are the odds? Okay. It's perfect. Nothing to change, except maybe the one true hobby, because fitness doesn't really fit her. She's not that interested in sports, even in health. So, yeah, I think we should change that. Her skills are quite a lot of logic, a little bit of body, and a little bit of creativity. Connecting that to maybe her entertainment interest would maybe give us games one true hobby. Like she likes to play chess. She doesn't have any points, like any enthusiasm in anything, but she is also a little bit interested in sci-fi, so the logic could be associated with like space and stuff like that. We do have a telescope. Yeah, I think she could be interested in space a lot and just be like a science freak, but as I said, just a very curious person. The word curious is very much associated with space in this game. So bat box, please. Why don't I have the bat box in my favorites? I think this should happen. Thank you. Info, one true hobby, science. Great. So maybe she will be a physics teacher. And Harley also works in education, so maybe they could become friends. Harley is a lot older than she is, but still. I told you I have a whole note about the ages of this generation, let's say. And Harley is hardly this generation, really, but she's like 19 years older than Amania. But yeah, she could be like a mentor of hers or something. But I'm thinking that for the education career, maybe it wouldn't be too bad to go to college. This is the type of job that you kind of need a degree for. Not in the game, technically, but in real life you definitely do. You know, Kinston was in science and he also had a degree. Morris didn't go to college, but he was in business, so technically he could be like self-made, especially that he started off very early with like internships, let's say, when he was still a teenager, so he could get big without a degree. What about other family members that didn't go to college? Because I hardly ever send Sims to college in this gameplay. Enix was a slacker, so she didn't need a degree, definitely. Samaya, oh god, I can't remember anymore. Oh, Samaya wanted to have all the skills, right? the career wasn't really that important for the lifetime want. I mean, she could be self-taught in a lot of things without a degree. Othin was in police, so college it was not really that necessary. Like, he could go to police school, but there isn't really a police school in The Sims 2, so that's different, right? Andler was in dance, but he did go to college because all of them went, the second generation, because of Carvos. So far, I think it kind of made sense who went to college and who didn't. Of course, it was like I wouldn't send anyone else to college because I just did it once and it doesn't really make time progress, and it's like kind of a waste of time in a legacy challenge sometimes. But yeah, I think it does make a lot of sense to send Amania to college if she is supposed to be in education. And she will probably also want to go to college. I like how this section of the house is not used right now, so this is like the bathroom where you can poop in peace. That would be my favorite. And of course it's 2 a.m. and I'm cursing your name! Sorry for that Taylor Swift interruption. And almost no one is asleep. Like, this happens in this family a lot. Recently, I thought that The Way I Loved You by Taylor Swift is actually a song about The Sims 2. Like, you compare The Sims 4 to The Sims 2, it's like, I don't feel anything now, and you were so frustrating, complicated, and so much happened. I had all these feelings about you. Although, really, this song is probably about the guy who played the werewolf in Twilight that I never actually saw or read. Like, this guy was the boring one, and John Mayer was the more exciting one. And actually, probably Taylor's relationship with John Mayer was super toxic. So that kind of puts this song into perspective in a disturbing way, I guess. Fancy? What are you doing? I have hookups enabled? Wait a second. Wait a second. I don't usually use this. I think I enabled them for Enix once. And I never disabled them back. Wait a second. I mean, if you want to go on a date with Alvin Fuda, I don't really mind. But maybe let's not make it a hookup right away. It really caught me off guard. I was like, why is she using the phone autonomously? I completely forgot this was a thing. Hood white settings. Booty calls. Disabled, please. Okay, talk to him a little bit, and you can then invite him, and we'll see where it goes. She's almost an adult. Maybe it would be good for her to actually, like, have some experience, you know? Okay. Her mom is right next to her. Both her parents, really. They are just tossing the ball, and she's having her very first kiss. And playing red hands. Oh, it's a Sunday, Laurel. Morris? You guys really shouldn't be playing football this much in the sun during the summer. Oh man, okay. Douse? Does that help? I don't exactly know what that means, but I guess I'll find out. It's not an option anymore? Huh. Okay. I guess he will just lie there until like 7 p.m. when the sun goes down. Unless I use move objects to carry him inside, which I've done in the past. Let's just say someone did that for him. His clothes are very similar to Amania's, and this is actually a coincidence, but she has red pants, so it's a little bit different. Oh, okay, he's alive. When I saw that, I wanted to say that Sunday can be a good day to invite the Backmans. For dinner, that is not ruined. Okay, we can invite Brock after 6 p.m., but what about the rest of the household? 10 p.m. Oh, wow. Okay, can only Tyler come? Or Randall? Invite household. I will get everyone, including pets. And who can come will just come. And who wants to come. Okay, Laurel is fine. Randall, are you leaving? Tyler? Okay, that took too much time. Because she kept canceling the action, of course. Hi. Hi. Oh, we're eating outside, okay. It's actually pretty nice. Okay, let's have a party. I'm ready. Yay! Do I age up Alvin with her? She has decent chemistry with him. I guess I could. Bonkers. Could you please not? I know we don't have a scratching post, but can you just, like, wait a second? Hey, Allegra. Yeah, they are just jumping all over things and scratching them. What I like about Alvin is that he has the same face as Brandy Letourneau has, and this is actually a face I really like. Like, a lot of people would say that this is one of the worst faces in this game, but I think it's pretty cute. Okay, they are going for a woohoo. Wait a second, you don't really have a double bed. Where are you going exactly? To your parents' bed? Or... yeah, to your parents' bed. That's not a good idea. This can be easily your bed. That's fine. You can just do it here. With Bonkers. But maybe let's wait a little bit. I want to change her clothes. I see the second face template in her. I already mentioned that her eye shape is the second template. And I'm astonished by how differently her face looks from Morris, because she's of different gender. This, of course, happens a lot in The Sims 2, but like, Morris is very specific looking, and she took like 90% of his face, and she's freaking gorgeous. I really like these glasses. I wish it would tell me where... okay. 4-2? I think that's like Sims 4 custom content converted into Sims 2 custom content. Because I can't remember this being in The Sims 4. But these are really pretty glasses. And I think she will actually wear glasses. I know her eyes are very beautiful because I said eyes as a frozen water because I said ice, never mind. Because they are the second template, but I feel like she might get the bad sight gene from Morris and look more nerdy, coincidentally. To kind of show the difference between the girls, that they have the same main aspiration, but they are a bit different in how they pursue this aspiration. And I'm thinking about the hair, but maybe I will leave the buns for now and just think about this later. Yeah, I actually really like her in glasses. She finds it funny though. Yeah, with the buns she kinda looks like Cassandra Goth. I think I will change her hair now, actually. I like this. I think I recently, of course it's from Minicule, I recently downloaded this, and of course it's floating a little bit because all Sims CC hair pretty much does that. But yeah, I think this is really nice on her, and definitely not like Cassandra Goth anymore. Show yourself. Oh, it's floating so much. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I like the new Vancy. I completely forgot about the encouragement thing. I was supposed to encourage, especially Amania to be nicer, but Vancy is super grouchy and she'll probably just stay this way. But I am 95% sure that Amania will be the heir. We need to get that, at least that 1 point of niceness. Please, Laurel. I completely forgot to do that in this episode, and it was the weekend, so the perfect time to do it. So I'm just checking to be sure, and the encouragement interaction is not there anymore when she's an adult, so she's a lost cause. I allow you to woohoo, but not in your parents' bed. Come on. Okay, that's perfect. So that's gonna be it for this episode. I really like how Vancy turned out. I feel like she has a lot of character. And I hope that Amania will have this much character too. So we will try to alter this character next episode. And as always, thank you for watching, subscribe, stuff, like the video, and see you in the next one. Bye! He can't see the smile I'm faking, and my heart's not breaking, 'cause I'm not feeling anything at all, and you were wild and crazy, just so frustrating, intoxicating, complicated.